Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bianca's Skogen Beauty. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Today's video, I have my summer 2026 FabFitFun box. Woohoo! Okay, so what do we have inside of this box? I've never been on a yacht before, so, I mean, it's really pretty inside, but I'm like, that's luxury right there. Luxury. Being on a towel on a yacht. Okay, anyways, we have my summer 2026 FabFitFun box. Yay! The deets about this. I did just get charged my annual fee. I am an annual member and it was $260 plus like $20 in tax. So like $280. I remember when this box was $180. And that was just when I started, you know, getting annual membership. I'm sure other people remember it being less than that. I am able to pay for this because I use my quarterly bonus from my like 40-hour job to pay for this. But I feel like there might be a time where this gets so expensive that my quarterly bonus will not cover it. This quarter I was like, oh, well, there it went. I do love FabFitFun. I really do. I'm signed up for this because I like it. I like FabFitFun. It is the only subscription that I still have. I used to get Ipsy and obviously FabFitFun and ice cream, and I at one time had Allure Beauty, and I had BoxyCharm when BoxyCharm was a thing, and you know, I've had a ton. Oh, and Slay Glam was a subscription too. I had a ton of subscription boxes when I started this channel, and I am now down to one, FabFitFun. So I do like FabFitFun, but I don't like that the price keeps going up. So, you know, I'm just ranting a little bit. If you guys have FabFitFun, you've experienced it, so you can share in my ranting. Anyways, my eyeshadow that I'm wearing today is the Hela Oden's Eye and Angelica Hela palette. Let's talk about this box and get into it. I got to pick out 6 things from this box, and let me tell you about it. Let me scooch over here. I'm going to put some pictures here. Last time I did screenshots from the app, and I think this time I'm going to do different screenshots. So the screenshots are from the Instagram page and not the actual like customization page. Let's talk about it. Customization number 1. What did I get? And we know for customization number 1, it's usually a little bit pricier. The higher priced items are usually in customization 1. Usually. They had a Luxe Choice, which was an extra $39, which is like I already pay $260 for this box, right? I mean, that's for 4 boxes, but you know, and then it would be an extra $40 on top of that. Oh, it was for a beauty LED scalp therapy headband. Red light therapy is like the thing nowadays, and like I'm 40, so I was like, oh, maybe I clicked on it like to get more information, and I was like, what does this do? Like even after getting more information, I was like, what does this do? So I don't even know what that did. So I'm not gonna pay $40 for something that I never really was sure what it did. There was a Murad Retinol Youth Serum, face serum, which when I first look at this these customizations, I do end up like holding a lot of them, like getting a lot of them and putting them in my cart. You don't really put them in your cart, but selecting a lot of them because I'm not sure which one I'm gonna get. This box, I contemplated like skipping. I don't actually know if you can do that anymore. Like you used to be able to skip a box and get like credit for it, and now you just like skip customizations. So like for this one, if I wanted to skip customization number 1, I could get $15 in credit, which I think is kind of lame, because if you wanted to get an extra item in customization number 1, it's $20. So I feel like they should give you $20 of credit, not 15. But you know. Then they had a Foreo hybrid sonic toothbrush. Yeah, no. Then they had a Scalloped Wicker tray. They had Stanley's, 2 Stanleys. Stanley's used to be like all the craze, but I have Simple Moderns. Like I have a couple of them because I have a couple of them for different seasons, and those are really great. They work really well, so I don't really need a Stanley. Then they had a bag. They always have bags every single time. They had a canvas bobble bar bag. They had a pitcher, which I actually contemplated the pitcher because it was really cute. But I rarely have like guests over to like have the pitcher out, but when I do have guests over, that picture would be cute. So I thought about the picture. From Osea, they had a advanced repair eye cream. They had a candle. It was a glass house 2-wick candle in the shade In the Hamptons. A wine chiller, and they had from Dr. Dennis Gross a alpha beta pH balance replenishing serum, or replenishing cream, I think it is. There was also some flip-flop from TKEES Lily liners. But I heard things from other content creators that they were really like hard. They were not comfortable flip-flops, because I contemplated that. I was like, they were supposed to be leather, maybe, I don't know if it was real leather or faux leather, but they were supposed to be like pretty expensive flip-flops, and I contemplated that because I live in flip-flops in the summertime, but not uncomfortable flip-flops. What did I get out of all of those? They give you spoilers like on Instagram for like each customization, and when I was seeing the customizations for the summer box, I was like, I don't know, is it, you know, this box is kind of not that great. As much as like summer is my favorite season, so I think I think that I have like my hopes are up high because I love summer. And then I saw a lot of the summer things and I was like, it's a lot of skincare. And not that I don't like skincare, I'm 40, so I do like skincare, but I just felt like it was a lot of skincare, and then things that like I don't really need. I didn't end up skipping it. As you saw, I have it. But I have to admit, this box was not my favorite box in a while. It's kind of, what did I end up getting? You might be like, Bianca, what do you mean? You had like several selections picked. Like I contemplated the Murad, I contemplated the Stanley, I contemplated the Wicker tray, I contemplated the pitcher, I contemplated the Dennis Gross. Like I had a lot of thoughts, but like it's because I couldn't, like nothing stuck out to me. Nothing was like, oh yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna get. So it was all like, what should I get? I don't know. All right, there was one thing that I wanted more than all the rest, and it was this Wicker tray. This was like the least expensive item for option 1. And so I contemplated not getting this just because it was the least expensive item. Some of the skincare was $100 or like $90. And that pitcher that I wanted was like $98. And this is just from my memory. I don't exactly remember exactly how much it was. But most of the things in this category was like $70, $80, $90, $100. And this Wicker tray was like $39. You're going to put a Wicker tray that's $39 and option 1. Sometimes I really just don't like the way that they organize things. But I was thinking about it, and out of everything, I thought this would be the cutest with my decorations. And I have summer decorations that I really love, and I thought it would look really good on my kitchen table. So I got it. And I'm glad I have it. I think it's really quite cute. I'm just annoyed that it was an option 1 because it was $39. There's a part of me that, because the value, or because the retail price of this box has gone up so much, part of me wants to get the most expensive thing, so I'm like getting the most for my buck, which I guess makes sense. But if it's not things that I want, if it's the most expensive thing in the box but it's not something that I want, it doesn't make sense. So I have to kind of rationalize that with myself and be like, Bianca, get something that you want, not just something that's expensive. You guys ever feel that way? Or is that just me? I ended up getting this tray. I'm excited about it. I think it's really cute. I just don't think it should have been in option 1. All right, now let's get to customization number 2. We had more skincare, because I said this was just a really, okay, I do understand why it's skincare, because summertime you need to wear a lot of sunscreen. I feel like this isn't even sunscreen. The serum isn't sunscreen. The Dennis Gross cream wasn't sunscreen. Now we have some sunscreen. Let's talk about option 2, customization 2. There is from Dr. Jart a fluid Korean sunscreen. There is a beaded bracelet, which I thought was kind of cute, but I sit at a desk all day. And so if I'm wearing a bracelet, like, and I lean my wrist on my desk, I'll have indents in my wrist, or I don't know, it's just uncomfortable to wear a bracelet while I'm at my desk. So it's a silly thing, but I know myself. I know I would take it off at my desk and then I would never put it back on. And so I thought it was cute, but it's not something that would be practical in my life. First Aid Beauty hydrating pillow pads, Capitana oversized raffia clutch. Whoa, Capitana oversized raffia clutch. I'm not cool enough to go anywhere that would, like, I don't need a clutch. If I need a purse. Like, if I had a clutch, I would lose it. But I feel like they do a lot of the time have like clutches for those people that are cool, not me. There was this really cute lunch bag. I work from home, so I don't need a lunch bag. There were packing cubes, which are cool, but seeing that I've been a part of FabFitFun for years, on and off for years, I already have packing cubes from FabFitFun, so I don't need more. Sunglasses, that I did contemplate because they usually have some pretty pricey brands for sunglasses, but I like my sunglasses to be polarized, and they never have polarized sunglasses in FabFitFun, so I usually never get their sunglasses. They had from Glow Recipe, a Pore Tight toner. They had a Eugenia Kim straw bucket hat. They had from Murad, another Murad. This is a balancing clear and prevent acne treatment. So again, that's not sunscreen. It's just more, there's so much skincare. Then we have from Dr. Jart, there is a Cicapair Intensive Soothing Repair Serum. I did contemplate that one. It mentioned that it helps with redness, and I have rosacea and psoriasis, so I have redness. Then we had the $13 credit you could get if you decide to skip this option, which again, I think it's lame because if you want to get two things in this option, it's $18. And then the last thing in this category was from Supergoop, and it was a sunscreen, I think it's a tinted sunscreen. And they had a really good range of tint, I thought, like from very fair neutral to very deep warm. What did I get? Well, I contemplated the tinted sunscreen. I contemplated the bucket hat. I contemplated the Dr. Jart Cicapair, and I contemplated the Dr. Jart sunscreen. What did I actually get? You may ask. I got the bucket hat. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I always have my husband help me. Like, I pick out the things that I want, and then I have him help me like wean it down. I don't know. I have a hard time making decisions. And he knows what I want better than I know what I want sometimes. And so he just kind of talks things out in a way that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Like, he doesn't make the decisions obviously for me, but he helps me organize my thoughts. He was like, Bianca, you have sunscreens. And I was like, yeah, you do. I do. And like with the, like he makes things make sense. Anyway, so with this hat, this is something that I had on my list or I had it picked out, and I was like, oh, that's cute. It's a cute hat. And my husband was like, are you ever going to wear it? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, then why are you getting it? I'm like, well, because it was one of the expensive things. This hat was like $100. Oh my gosh. And it looks terrible on me. Good, fun. Anyways, it was a pretty expensive hat. And so kind of part of me was like, oh, let's just get it because it's expensive. That is not a good attitude. Okay, it looks better. I was wearing it from the, where it was in half. Plus, why is this expensive? It's like straw. It's a straw hat. I don't feel like this should be $100. I don't feel like it should be like $5, but I feel like this is like $19.99 at TJ Maxx. Other things in this category I already had. Like, I have skincare. I have sunglasses. I have bracelets, I guess. I have lunch bags. So I was just like, this is the only thing that I didn't have already. And I thought, it could look cute. Oh my gosh, stop wearing it like that. Okay, it looks terrible like that. Okay, there is a tag in the back, so I need to wear it how it goes. There we go. And it's good for summertime because, shade, right? Can you see? This is a weird box for me. I do, like the first item, I do like getting household items. I don't know, there wasn't any household items that I wanted in that one. It's a weird box, okay? This is not FabFitFun's best box or their best summer box, in my opinion. Let's go to customization number 3 and see if it got any better. So number 3, a detox shampoo from Day. They had a Sahira jewelry tailor toggle chain necklace, and I contemplated that one. And a lot of the times I say on here that I don't like the jewelry from FabFitFun because it is just gold coated and like gold coated copper. And whenever the gold coating wears off, it ends up having like a coppery, like metal smell to it. I'm very sensitive to smells. And so I don't like the smell. Like when it's around my neck, you can smell like the smell of metal. And I'm like, bleh, gross. This one said it was waterproof. And I was like, oh, potentially interesting. Okay. Then from One Size, there was the Until Dawn mattifying setting spray, which I never have gotten before. And it is the one with sunscreen, which makes sense because this is a summer box. Okay. So that one makes sense for the summer box. Good job, FabFitFun, for that choice. Okay. And I never got that setting spray. So I was contemplating that one, but I've never gotten that setting spray because I have dry skin. So I don't need an extremely mattifying setting spray. I rarely even use setting spray. Okay. Let me let you guys in on a secret. I put this makeup on like 7 hours ago and my makeup still looks this great. I do use like good primers and stuff, but like I have really dry skin, so I don't have oily skin and like I don't sweat a lot. And anyways, I don't need an Until Dawn setting spray, so I didn't get that. Anyways, I'm giving away things. There was a portable travel speaker, which I thought was cute. But again, I work from home. I don't leave a lot. I don't really need a travel speaker. There was a mini mortar and pestle, and I thought that was really cool. I contemplated that. That's the scientist in me talking, and I'm like, ooh. But my husband was like, what are you going to use? You have never had one of those. What are you going to use? And I'm like, I don't know, like grind up like herbs and spices. And he's like, have you ever done that before? No. What are you going to use it for? I don't know. He's helping me think through this because he's so right. Like I'm more of like, my husband is more of the cook in the house. I'm more of the baker. I love to bake goodies and like give them to neighbors and whatever. And I'm not much of the herbs and spices kind of person. So I don't know. I just think maybe that was more of like, I wanted it to be in my house to have a mortar and pestle. There was a cookbook from Williams and Sonoma, a breakfast and brunch cookbook. I thought that was interesting, but I have cookbooks. Like I got them when we first got married and like just have acquired them over the years. And like, there's so many that I haven't even, used. I have used some of them. I need to go through the recipes on the cookbooks that I have, right? There were some melamine floral yellow bowls, which I thought were cute, but they were an interesting shape. So I kind of looked at the pictures to be like, what do you put in here? This doesn't look like a cereal bowl or a soup bowl. It's like an ice cream bowl. I don't need a bowl specifically for ice cream. I don't eat ice cream enough to have an ice cream bowl. I guess you could put cereal or soup in it. Then from Kopari, they had this body mist in 2 scents. They had the Malibu Peach and the Canopoli Coast. I already have the Canopoli Coast, and it's delicious. Amazing. It smells like summer, like sunscreen and coconuts and everything that is summer. And so then I contemplated having the Malibu Peach one. Then we have another one size sweat-proof primer. I don't need that again. There was a pool float, which I thought was cool, but I don't have a pool. I live in Utah. Yeah, there are pools in Utah. It's just few and far between here. Anyways, then from Dibs Beauty, there were some highlight sticks. Dibs is like a cool new brand. I don't like a balm highlighter. It's not my preference. So I contemplated getting it because I was like, oh, cool. Like makeup. I love makeup. But I know it's not my preference for a balm highlighter, so I chose not to. What did I get? What did I get from this choice number 3? I got the necklace. If you can hear pounding, my husband and his father are installing a doggy door in our house right now. So if you hear pounding, that's what that is. If you don't, then just, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, cool. So they did have 2 colors, I believe. I think they had silver and gold. And what's funny is that I'm dropping everything, and that's gonna hurt my back. I prefer gold necklaces, gold jewelry, but I am like cool toned. I think I'm more cool tone neutral, but I'm cool toned. So should I like gold jewelry? No. I should like silver jewelry. I like gold jewelry. So you know what? That rule that, you wear gold jewelry if you're warm toned and silver jewelry if you're cool toned is if you like that. You wear whatever you want. So that's my opinion. Oh my gosh. Gotta get the hair out of the way. So I guess we'll see if this really is, waterproof. I probably won't even wear it in the water. I just want it to be like wear-proof. Wearing it won't make make it tarnish. But it's really pretty. That's a nice length. And it doesn't, I'm trying to smell it while it's down there. It doesn't have that metal smell right now, which is what I want. Okay, that's cute. I'm really happy I got that. And I actually did pick up a second item in this category. I got the Kopari spray. And I was really having a hard time picking this up because it was $14 to get a second item. And I was like, okay, well, I feel like that's kind of steep to get a second item, $14. Especially because this is like 28, maybe 24. It's in the mid 20s, let's say. So I was like, it's like maybe 50% off, which is actually, that's what actually made me get it. I was looking up getting this online. Like I was searching like, how much can I get this for online? And like, I think it was during the Sephora sale, I could get it 20% off. Or like Ulta has 20% off sales all the time. And I was like, okay, so potentially I could get it for 20% off. And that would not be $14. So, and this is something that was in my either Ulta or Sephora or both. This was in one of my carts, my Ulta cart or wish list. And so meaning I've been wanting it. I've been wanting it for a long time. And to be able to get it for like half off, I convinced myself, but it's something I wanted. So, and I love the Canopoli Coast one so much. So yeah. Wow, that's nice. It has a summery smell to it, but also peaches. And it's a very nice peach. Like it's like a not a fresh, like biting into a peach, more like a artificial peach, like gummy rings peaches, which I like. So I'm happy about that. That's nice. Customization number 4. They had some socks, which I actually contemplated getting. They have these cute little ruffles on them, which is cute, but also a little bit cringy, I guess. But the reason I like the ruffle is because I really like muscular calves. And so socks will sometimes be really tight on my calves. Weird information for you. I know, I'm sorry. But when they're kind of ruffly like that, they're not gonna be really tight on my calves. So I contemplated those. Then there was another thing from Day. I think there's been quite a few things from Day. There was a detox shampoo in the last one. And I think in another category, there's another thing from Day. Anyways, there is a leave-in conditioner from Day. There is a volumizing mascara from Ilia, which that's nice. I love when they put makeup in and like good makeup, high-end makeup. There was a Haze crystal hand chain, which was really expensive. For a hand chain, it was like over $100. They had another Dr. Jart sunscreen, but this one was like a handheld one for your face. There was a New York cheese knife set, which would be really cute if I had like charcuterie boards and like had people over. Another thing from Ilia, they had 3 shimmer sticks. And I've actually heard good things about these shimmer sticks, but if you can tell anything, I like to really play with eyeshadow. I mean, I prefer that. So just a simple Maxim shimmer on my eyes, that's not me. From Dr. Brandt, they had some skincare. They had a digital offer from Unhide, which was actually quite terrible. It says get $75 off when you spend $150. So I know Unhide is pretty pricey, but you have to spend $75 to get $75 off because you spend $150, right? And this box is already $200. Okay, how much is it monthly? I don't know how much it is seasonally, but it's terrible. I never get the digital offers. They're just never worth it. Oh, and every single one of these, they have a mystery choice. I haven't been saying it because it's in every single one of them. There's a mystery choice. You can get a mystery choice. What did I get? I got the hand chain. Yes, this was like the most expensive item in this choice, but I also thought it was really cool. So I talked about earlier that having that, like the beads would not be good for resting my wrist against my desk, but this won't be like that. This will be like so thin that I won't have that problem. So let's see how this thing fits. Let's see if I can put it on by myself. Okay, this is the side I have my watch on, so I want to put it on this hand. Okay, I know that I watched the subscription sister, Sydney. She put it on and she wasn't like, it was too small for her middle finger and it fits fine on my middle finger. So I guess that's lucky. Okay. Okay, so it just has like a lobster clasp, which these are always a lot easier to put on when my husband helps me, but he's downstairs installing a doggy door. What is nice is there is a lot of adjusting, like you can put it on different loops. Okay, good, I got it on. Okay, and then, wow, this is kind of difficult to put on. Now it's on my hand, but I gotta get my feet. How do I get my finger in there? Okay. This would be 900 times easier if somebody else put it on for me. Okay. That was hard to put on, but it's super cute. Okay, considering it's like a $100 item, I would really hope that this is tarnish resistant, water resistant, and all those things, because I would not like to take this on and off every time I wash my hands, because you saw how hard this was just to put on. I forgot to read this to you. Here is from my necklace. It is from Sahira, and it says that it is swim, workout, and shower proof, tarnish resistant, 18K gold plated, and made to layer. This one, this bracelet says nothing of that. I'm thinking, you know, it's gonna tarnish. So that's not cool, man. But it's so pretty. Look how pretty that is. I do think Sydney from Subscription Sister, she like put the middle part on this finger and made it work. So if it doesn't fit your finger, that is the problem. This, like, there's adjustableness here, but not on your finger part. Okay, what did we have for customization number 5? We have a Luxe Choice, which was a Volupsa perfume, an extra $29. We had a Ahava 24K gold mineral mud mask, which I contemplated getting. I usually don't get mud masks because they're mostly supposed to be like for oily skin, but that one said that it was specifically for helping hydration, and I was like, interesting. Topicals, clearly clarifying and calming mist, okay. Bush Balm ingrown hair exfoliating scrub, okay. Noon and Moon ceramic juicer in pink. A First Aid beauty anti-chafe stick, which that's kind of cool for like when you go running, and I sometimes run, but I actually already have one of those, so not from First Aid Beauty, it's from another brand. But anyways, and because I don't run all the time, I still have a lot of it left. There was a ice cream scoop in pastel yellow, which some of these things are very geared towards summer, and I really appreciate it, like this ice cream scoop and the, you know, the sunscreen spray, and there are some really cute things in here. Some of them I'm like, what? Okay, Bloom Super Greens gummies, which I thought, okay, I've never had Bloom before, but I looked into it and it was like a week's worth of gummies, and I was like, so if you end up liking them, you're gonna have to get more. How can you even tell that they work after a week? It was not a great deal. They had these ice packs, lemon ice packs, and they were really cute. They were like, had smiley faces on them, but I work from home. There were these creatine electrolyte packs from Color Street. There was some nail polish strips, which I do love nail polish strips. These are nail polish strips from Dashing Diva, but these ones were just plain like red and plain like pale pink, and I was like, I can paint pale red and pale pink on my own hand. Boring. We had some ingrown hair patches, spongels, zit sticker patches, and a digital offer, which, okay, I was looking at the differences between my app pages here and the page I'm gonna put up here, and it showed that the digital offer for better sleep was on customization 4, and here it's showing it was customization 5. So I don't know, but I did actually contemplate that one because this one was just such a bad choice. This whole box was just not very good. FabFitFun, you could have done better for summer. Summer's my favorite, and you really didn't do very good for this summer box. I mean, did I get some good stuff? Okay, but it's not the best. I did contemplate this Better Sleep one because I have terrible sleep habits. It's a 4-month sleep subscription. I would have to cancel it after 4 months or I would get charged. And I looked into it, and you have to like give them your credit card number to sign up to get this 4-month subscription. And I was like, because if you forget to cancel it, they want to charge your credit card. And I was like, no. It was a $7 credit if you want to skip, and if you want to get an extra item, it's $11. What did I get for customization number 5? This was the worst one. Hey, do I think FabFitFun is terrible? No, I don't. But this box is really making summer look bad. I love summer. Stop making summer look bad, FabFitFun. I chose the ceramic juicer. I didn't want another perfume. I didn't want that mask. I actually contemplated getting the mask, but I was like, I have masks. because I used to have Ipsy and BoxyCharm and Allure, and I used to have all those things, and I still have masks from those boxes. I don't need another mask. So I just was like, okay, well, you know, my parents still live in Arizona because I grew up in Arizona. And so they send me oranges from their orange trees, and I'll get like boxes of oranges, which is a beautiful thing. I love oranges, but like only navel oranges from my parents' trees. Anyways, it's fine. So I was like, we don't really have a juicer. We could get a juicer. And my husband was like, for that one time that we get oranges, and I'm like, sure, why not? It's in here and there's nothing else in this option. So I got a juicer. It's actually a really nice quality. It's ceramic, it's heavy, it's cute. I mean, I didn't have a juicer and now I have one. Do I super need a juicer? No, not really. Would I have bought this if it weren't for this box? No, but I have it and it's cute. And when my parents send me oranges, I will have a juicer. I was gonna say, last but not least, customization number 6, but I don't know, all of this is kind of least. I'm usually not this Debbie Downer. Like, I feel like I'm kind of a positive person, but I also feel like I'm pretty fair. I don't dog on a brand, but I also don't like lift up a brand that I think doesn't deserve to be lifted up. So I think I'm pretty fair. And this box isn't winning any awards. So customization number 6, pill compact, which I thought was cute. But I have a pill organizer. They had a, from Glow Recipe, a watermelon glow mist, which I did contemplate this one. I thought that was fun. They had from Molten Brown, Heavenly Gingerly Bath and Shower Gel, which I didn't even contemplate. But watching Subscription Sisters, she talked about how that's a really good brand. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even contemplate that. I didn't even know anything about that brand. It's fine. They had some Kopari Lip Love. They had like 3 of them, 3 different, like, and their SPFs. They had 3 different scents: soft vanilla, watermelon, and strawberry. Okay, they had a dry brush. They had from Bliss Full Body Dry Brush. They had from First Aid Beauty a cream to foam cleanser. They had from Dibs Beauty a Glow Tour Duo. I contemplated this one because makeup, I love makeup. Another digital offer, which we just don't get. Digital offers. What's wrong with my mouth? Digital offers are stupid. It was a 6-month subscription to whatever Sky Ting is. It looks like it might be a workout thing, yoga and Pilates. You can just do workouts on, like, you can find free workouts on YouTube. Maybe this one has like a motivational, like maybe this one helps keep you on track better. Anyways, mystery choice. Then they had some nipple covers. This is a family-friendly channel. I don't like some covers. They had some covers in different skin tones. Then they had from Nude Sticks, they had these blushes, which I thought was interesting because I actually do have a stack from Nude Sticks. So I contemplated like getting another one to add to the stack, but I realized, Bianca, you don't use this stack enough as it is because it's, I don't know, it's not that great. It's okay, but it's not amazing. That was it. And there was an $8 shopping credit and a mystery choice. So my husband and I were talking about what I should get in this one. And we, you know, I talked about the Dibs Beauty and he was like, you have tons of blush and highlighter. Yep, don't need that. Watermelon Glow Face Mist. You have tons of setting sprays. And I don't even always use setting spray. So I was like, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? I got the dry brush. I've never had a dry brush. So I was like, okay, I do have Keratosis Pilaris, and I hear dry brushing is good for that. And it's also good for like other things that I can't remember right now. Blood flow and other things. I don't know. I don't have one. So now I have a dry brush. That is all 6 items. Actually, I got 7 because I got an extra in, was it number 4? I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's all the things that I got in my FabFitFun. Okay, there are some things that are good. Like I actually really like this necklace and this hand chain. This hand chain, I have a feeling it is going to tarnish, which makes me sad. But like these 2 are probably my favorite things. I also like, I think also the tray, I'm going to really like the tray. I was just disappointed that it was in the number 1 spot. So there are some good things, but I just could do better FabFitFun. And they probably will for the next box because fall is so, you know, everybody loves fall. I love fall. And they put like cozy things in the fall and winter ones. And so they're always really, they really get spot on for the fall and winter ones. But I think the summer one, they just kind of have a harder time getting summer specific stuff in here. I don't know, give me some summer decor. More waterproof for like being out in the sun, like being out in the pool. This was a really good one. I did really think that this fit because, you know, going to the beach or going to the pool, this fits for the summer. I think that was a really good one. Did you guys get FabFitFun? What were some of the items you got? Did you guys think that this was a really good box, or did you think it was kind of a swing and a miss? What were your guys' thoughts? I know we're all different, and if you loved this box, please, I think that's awesome. I think that's great. I think my hopes were just really high because I love summer so much, which is so funny because I have my spring decor up today. Today, after I film this, I'm going to take down my spring, and tomorrow I'm going to put up my summer decor. So if you loved this box, I am so happy for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, which you did because you're here, why don't you put an emoji of a sun emoji? Because this is the summer FabFitFun box. Yay! When you watch the end, it tells the algorithm that I have something important to say. And when you put that emoji telling me you watched the end, I can thank you for telling the algorithm I have something important to say. If you like this video, like this video. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to be notified of my videos, push the bell. If you want to see more of my looks that I do, you can follow me on Instagram. It's also Bianca Skogen Beauty. You can hype this video. I'd really appreciate it. And last but not least, most importantly, be nice to yourself because you are amazing. Have a great day. Bye.